In Iowa, a state where evangelical Christians hold significant influence in the Republican presidential caucuses, support for Israel has emerged as a top priority among conservative activists. This shift comes in the wake of the recent conflict between Hamas and Israel, which has heightened the importance of candidates' positions on the issue. Evangelicals in Iowa often view their support for Israel through both traditional Republican foreign policy and Christian religious lenses. Some base their support on Old Testament beliefs, considering Jews as God's chosen people and Israel as their rightful homeland, while others see Israel as a key player in end times prophecy leading to the return of Christ. Since the October 7th attack by Hamas, evangelical pastors, faith leaders, and caucus participants in Iowa have scrutinized candidates' statements more closely. Many candidates have portrayed the conflict in stark moral terms, with some criticizing President Joe Biden for not being tough enough on Hamas or Iran, which supports Hamas. The notion of a war between good and evil has been propagated, with candidates urged to demonstrate moral clarity. Former President Donald Trump remains a dominant figure in Iowa, particularly among fervent Christian conservatives. However, some of his recent comments critical of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Hezbollah, an Iran-backed militant group, have raised concerns among activists. Trump's record in office, including moving the United States Embassy to Jerusalem, continues to influence his support. Backing for Israel among Republicans has become a proxy for other conservative priorities, notably on immigration. Some Republicans have raised concerns about the potential for Hamas sympathizers to enter the United States through the southern border, despite limited evidence of such occurrences. Several candidates, like Tim Scott and Ron DeSantis, have directly tied United States relations with Israel to Christian tradition, using biblical references to underscore their stance. DeSantis has made significant efforts to court evangelical clergy and question Trump's criticism of Netanyahu. Meanwhile, other evangelicals have criticized biotech entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, a political newcomer, who has sometimes questioned U.S. aid to Israel despite his affinity for Judeo-Christian beliefs. The issue of accepting refugees from Gaza has also sparked debate within evangelical circles. Some, including Trump and DeSantis, argue against accepting Gaza refugees, while others, like Nikki Haley, call for discernment in the selection process and cooperation with surrounding Arab nations. Now, despite former Mike Pence's evangelical persuasion and stated support for Israel, he was recently booed at a Christian conference in Florida and has since discontinued his campaign. In summary, support for Israel has taken on increased significance in Iowa's Republican caucuses, driven by a blend of religious convictions and traditional conservative priorities, making it a crucial issue for candidates to address as they vie for evangelical support in the state. And depending on how long the conflict in the Middle East continues, it may also be a deciding issue in the general election come 2024.